Hello, hello, beautiful love light. Welcome to my channel, Heart Rhythm Healing. I'm Jamie. I'm a certified master and self-proclaimed spiritual maestro. I envision myself as a conductor of all of the energetics that exist all around us all the time. Let's see. I'm also the founder and creator of my business, which is Heart Rhythm Healing. And the tagline to that is stay tuned to the rhythm of your heart. And that's the whole idea behind what I do, is really like dialing into you, because you are your own healer, really. Like, I'm just here to hold space for that and allow for that to take shape. But today and on this channel, I am sharing with you, as I am journeying right along with y'all, learning about this Mayan Galactic Calendar and the galactic matrix of time that the Mayans put together, like that they sort of spent time and effort paying attention to, and paying attention to like the cycles that we go through. And honestly, there's probably ancient wisdom coded into all of this as well. Like, who knows? We seem to think that ancient civilizations were primitive, and I don't believe that at all. I think that ancient civilizations are extremely wise, and I think they were tapped in and tuned into information and knowledge and consciousness that we are still 100% able to tap into. But I think that there are things that are seeking to distract us to keep us away from that. And so this channel, what I'm doing right now, is just seeking to like realign myself and anyone else who's interested in the more creative flow of life, and then the natural world and the supernatural world, and how those two things come together. So we are going to talk about this calendar. Today is a galactic activation portal day, so I'm going to share a little bit about what that means. But before I dive into that, we're going to start at the top level. We are in a red self-existing moon year. And the code keys, the energetics that are woven and threaded throughout this entire year. And I read today that I want to share just briefly, is that the notion of all of the energetics and codes that exist within the 20 solar tribes and the 13 tones of creation, they are essentially ways to like thread in and like activate our human DNA to its full potential. So the more that we flow through this time and really begin to like allow it into our consciousness and seek out the lessons that it wants to share with us, what do these words mean to us? What are the associations that we have with these words? What bubbles up inside of us when I say these words? Like, what bubbles up inside of you when I say each one of these words? And those are the connections and the associations that you uniquely and individually need in order to create within you the fullness of your own expression. So what I like to say is harmonize with your highest expression of self. That's what I like to do in my group, the Harmonic Vibrational Attunement. Is my entire intention is to allow each one of us to harmonize with our highest expression of self. And that's what all of this is about. This Mayan Galactic Calendar, it's just another tool that we can put in, our toolbox to be able to flow into a more harmonious alignment with who we are truly here to be. And for each one of us, that's very, very different and unique. And I'm here for that. I don't want any of us to be cookie cutter cut out. I don't think that's the way it's supposed to be. But we can still learn from one another. We can still tap into information and decide, like, is that for me or is it not? Or, ooh, I like that, but what about, and like pick apart and like create. Like, you get to create your world, what you perceive, what you think, the story that you tell yourself, that is all 100% within your control. And the less distracted and distractible we each become, and I am highly distractible. I have ADHD tendencies that go back decades in my lifetime. However, I'm no longer using that as an excuse. I have shifted in my own brain, my neurodivergent brain that is so beautiful and wonderful and perfect for me. The story that I'm starting to tell myself with these ADHD symptoms is that there's medicine in the distraction, and there are things that I can actually catalyze and use for my growth and development to reach the goals that I've set for myself. And I want to start, and my space is all about empowering all of us to be able to recognize that, yes, we can in fact do the things that we want to do within this world. We just need to feel supported along the way. At least that's what I believe. And so that's what my space is. It's energetic healing support group, kind of. So, and if that resonates with you, if that's something you want to check out, the link is in the description box. Come on over. I would love to have you there. And if you just want to check it out, the harmonic.us is my free space. You're welcome to come on over and subscribe and become a part of that as well, or sign up, rather, subscribe, anyway, whatever. So the red self-existing moon, the energetics of these words are flowing throughout this entire year for our benefit, should we choose to accept that. And the code keys are purifies, universal water, and flow. And then those are of the red moon tribe. And then the code keys of the self-existing tone of creation are define, measure, and form. We are on day 3 of a new 28-day lunar cycle that I want to talk about. However, because I'm seeking to get better about going in order, I want to back up. So we have the year, the red self-existing moon, 364-day calendar. And then we have a 65-day season. And currently we are in the red Eastern serpent season of instinct. So that's being really focused and actively working on what needs to be healed and the lessons that we need to learn from our primal self, so that we can really anchor into our primal self and feel like we belong, that we're grounded, we're safe, we're secure, to really dial into our creative passions and what it is that we want to bring into this world. So that's really what this and the energetics are. And then knowing deep within you that you are powerful, and you have the full and complete capability to co-create whatever it is that you're seeking to manifest into this physical plane. Then we have a 52-day castle of time. The current castle that we are cycling through is the green castle of enchantment. And so that enchantment is really about the idea that our words, our thoughts, our words, and our actions all need to be in alignment in order to really create the magic that we seek to enchant within the world, right? We have that ability we are magical manifestors. And that's the enchantment, the casting of spells, so to speak. I don't want to turn anybody off by using that language, but whatever. It's that alignment of thoughts, words, and what we do. And for those of it's, so many truths that roll through so many different layers of life. All right, so back to the 28-day lunar cycle. We just turned the page into a new one. We're 3 days into that 28-day cycle of the resonant moon of attunement, and the code keys tied within that for the next 28 days to really steep in and decide what is that seeking to teach me? How can I take these words and really allow them to bring forth information within me that I need to know in order to move forward? And those keys are channel, inspire, and attunement. What are you aligning with? What are you attuning to? And what are you drawing into your vortex so that you can then turn around and share that back out into the world, because everything is energy, everything is frequency, everything is vibration. And what are you thinking and feeling? Because that's what creates your electromagnetic field around you. Thoughts have an electric impulse. Your heart space has a magnetic, like, emoting quality, and that creates your electromagnet field. It stems from this heart mind, like, battery, I guess. Like, that's the engine within you. The main hub is your heart mind. We are flowing through the Blue Eagle wave spell. We're on day 5. The code keys for that are creates, vision, and mind, which brings us to today, the galactic signature that we are steeped in on this beautiful day, this divine, generous present moment, right, is the Blue Overtone Storm. And it's also a galactic activation portal day. So, galactic activation portals. So if we look at this, in this calendar, the Mayan calendar I got from 13moon.com, there's links in the description box below to where you can get your own calendar. But if you see this galactic matrix of time, these are all of the tones and tribes. They're grayed out days. And if you see this shape that it makes, it's sort of a mirrored reflection. So on the galactic activation portal that I'm about to read, here's that symbol right there. Okay. This symbol signifies a galactic activation portal day. So it's on the actual day. These days invite you to enter gateways of expanded consciousness and amplify your awareness of energy flows and information exchange. Within the 260-day galactic cycle, there are 52 portals. These specific kin form the loom of the Maya, which is a bilateral symmetry pattern, that symbol, that reflects the basic pattern of our DNA double helix. Integrating the galactic code of light into the genetic code of life. This portal formation is a resonant structure linked to the activation of our full DNA potential. So we have an opportunity today to draw in the energetics of, I love this, to integrate the galactic code of light into the genetic code of life. And I love that idea that we have this galactic code that is linked to our genetic code. And today is a day when we can really anchor in the elements of this Blue Overtone Storm day into our DNA code, really call in that energy. So I'm going to read about Blue Storm and the overtone tone of creation. All right, so the blue tribes are associated with the code key transforms. So today is a day of transformation, and it's also associated with the direction west. So if you're into like shamanic healing, the direction of west is tied to the jaguar, which is one of my favorite animals. All right, the code keys of Blue Storm are catalyzes, self-generation, and energy. The quote comes from Mahatma Gandhi, and it is, "We must become the change we seek in the world." How many of you have heard that quote before from Gandhi? All right, all of existence is shaped from energy, information. The many configurations of energy that constitute the myriad forms of life carry with them distinct vibrations. Each subtle resonance contributes to the overall energetic equation. We can discover how our intentions affect the vibration of the energy we output into the field. Therefore, by examining the unique energetic signatures carried by our thoughts, words, and actions and experiences, we can refine how we wield our energy, learning to conduct the power and potential of our inner forces most effectively. I'd like to throw in efficiently as well. I think efficiency, especially when it comes to energy, is important. So continue to refine not just how effective your energy is, but also how efficiently you are operating your energetics. A catalyst initiates or accelerates a process or event without being affected or consumed in the process. As catalytic agents, we have the ability to induce responses and reactions, to stimulate change and transformation. Our personal energy always plays into the mix. We affect the chemistry of every situation we are in. If we can be the eye of the storm, the center point of stillness, we gain the power to alter the environment without being carried away by the storm. Blue Storm, ambassador of self-generation, inspires us to activate our inner resources that we may call upon our inner source to generate the transformation we seek to catalyze. As awakened thunder beings, it's kind of cool. Oh, because it's storm, Blue Storm Day. As awakened thunder beings, we have unlimited capacity to be of influence, be it through our vigor, charisma, or stillness. Blue Storm declares, circulate energy, usher in renewal and reconfiguration. Thunderous outbreaks can be positively purifying. Unleash intensity while remaining anchored to the center of stillness, around which dances chaos. I love that. And that's also something that I seek to instill within my Monday meditative morning that I do in the harmonic.us. Is one of the number one things that I talk about pretty frequently on Monday mornings is that the idea behind meditation is not for everything to be perfect and quiet and still, and you're sitting there, just everything around you is just so, and you're, meditating like you see in the pictures on, like on social media or in magazines or billboards, or like where everything is just quiet and serene and perfect. Yeah, having those moments is awesome. And I highly recommend carving that space out. However, the true reason why we have a meditative practice to begin with is so that we recognize that we are in control of our inner peace and calm, regardless of all of the chaos that's going on around us. So I love this idea of unleash intensity while remaining anchored to the center of stillness, around which dances chaos. And again, you can enter into that dance when you're ready, and you can step out of that dance and remind yourself, I'm in control of my energy. I'm in control of what I'm thinking and telling myself, and I'm in control of what I say to others, whether I realize it or not. And it takes practice. This all takes practice. So yeah, so if you want to do that, that's in my free group, the harmonic.us. Come on over and you can, again, create the practice of meditation where you have that space, that time carved out where you come in on Mondays and hang out and breathe for a few minutes. And again, recognize like, oh yeah, I am able to do that anywhere, anytime, any place, to just slow and breathe, like 2 to 3 deep breaths, right? The end quote is, it says Anon, ANON so I don't know if that's a person or if it just means like anonymous. This is an anonymous quote, or it's from Anon. Quote, silence is all pervasive. It exists in a droplet of water, the petal of a flower, a bolt of lightning, and the roar of thunder. All right, so that's Blue Storm. And now I'm going to read about the overtone tone of creation, which is tone 5, because we're on the 5th day of the Blue Eagle wave spell. So that's where this tone comes from. The code keys for the overtone tone of creation are empower, command, and radiance. And the quote comes from the Mayan Factor. That's a book by Jose Arguelles. The quote is, "The principle of the center governed by the number 5 allows the order of 4 to move as the seasons move around a common solar center." That's the quote from the book. So tone 5 is the principle of center, which animates the world of form. Understanding the 13-tone wave spell as a sequence, the radiance of tone 5 amplifies the form structured by tone 4. Measured and defined, form is secure and ready to be radiantly shared with the empowered expression of tone 5. So I also want to remind you, we are in a tone 4 year. We're in the red self-existing moon year. Next year is going to be the white overtone wizard. So while we are flowing through this year and creating this form structured by the tone of this year, measured and defined, form is secure and ready to be radiantly shared with the empowered expression of tone 5. So kind of begin to think about, like, what are you readying through this year that is going to be radiantly shared next year? What can you tee up this year to prepare and be ready to radiantly shine and share it next year? Just something to consider. All radiance emanates from a center point. Every individual has a personal center. Your solar plexus, your heart, your throat, your mind. I think it all flows together, but the center is your heart center, a center point. But your personal power center is your solar plexus. So every individual has a personal center, a place of strength and stillness in the core of one's being, a point of autonomy and authenticity, an inner sphere of fearless, egoless self-love. This center connects us to the Earth center and to the core of the Milky Way and to the spiritual heart of creation. Living from a communion with this center establishes a holistic connection between our inner and outer world. So that's something that I think that the Galactic Activation Portal is allowing for us today, is, again, to really dive into our power center and establish a holistic connection between our inner and outer worlds. I believe that's the invitation that's being offered today. At least that's what sticks out for me. Bringing an overtone of empowerment to all that we do. What a beautiful way to feel empowered, is to really, like, recognize that you are in control of your inner world. And by taking control of your inner world, you actually begin to have more control over the outer world in a weird kind of a way. Tone 5 provokes us to connect with our truth and radiate that knowing. I was having a conversation this morning with a friend of mine. We had coffee. We have coffee every Thursday morning. Well, just about every Thursday. And we were talking about, or I was sharing that, like, I used to be very easily, like, what I thought and believed, other people would create doubt about that within me really easily. Even though I knew that what I knew, like, I knew why I knew what I knew, I felt confident in it, I allowed other people to shake that confidence. And this is reminding me, like, this tone 5, this overtone tone of creation provokes us to connect with our truth and radiate that knowing. Again, your knowing doesn't have to be the same as someone else's. It's okay for all of us to think and believe different things. But when you really anchor into and get to know yourself and you begin to trust and understand who you are and what you're about, I really believe the less you're going to be able to be swayed by others. And you're going to be okay with that, because the more we can recognize that we are each unique individual expressions of the one, I think the easier it's going to be for us to recognize, like, that's cool that you think that way. I don't think that way, but I really think it's neat that you have experiences and ideas that are so drastically different from mine. That's cool. And again, you can radiate your knowing, like stand in your own truth strongly and feeling that empowerment, right? When we are in command of our own knowing, that radiance expands into the environment and empowers others to discover and shine their truths, which is exactly what I was saying. Like, the more that we are empowered in our own inner knowing and allow and give people permission, just by doing that, we are giving people permission to do the same thing. Tone 5 embodies the power of nonlinear radial time. Overtone directs. Focus on the heart of the matter. Navigate as though you are shooting a film out of sequence. We affect all aspects of our experience by centering in the ever-present now. Center the mind in stillness. Center the heart in love. Center the body in breath. And you will find yourself centered in the cosmos. Again, that's another invitation for this Galactic Activation Portal Day. Carve out some time today, 5, 10, 15 minutes where you intentionally center your mind in stillness. Stay focused on one thought or a mantra, whether it's, just breathing in and out, right? Because that's another one. Center the heart in love. Really feel love. Like, what is something that you love? Focus on that. And then center the body in breath. And you will find yourself centered in the cosmos. And I believe that that will be a pretty powerful meditation for us on this Galactic Activation Portal Day. All right, the daily affirmation for today, the Blue Overtone Storm and Galactic Activation Portal Day is, I empower in order to catalyze, commanding energy. I seal the matrix of self-generation with the overtone tone of radiance. I am guided by the power of accomplishment. I am a galactic activation portal. Enter me. I empower in order to catalyze, commanding energy. I seal the matrix of self-generation with the overtone tone of radiance. I am guided by the power of accomplishment. I am a galactic activation portal. Enter me. All right, so that's the affirmation, and I'm going to read day 5's breakdown of blue storm qualities from astrodreamadvisor.com. Again, there's a link to this in the description box below if you'd like to follow along. Feel free to click on that. Scroll to day 5. What is my core purpose? So that is the question for us to sort of, wrestle with today, is what is my core purpose? What is in that tone 5 power center, that core? Blue storm qualities: catalyst, transformer, liberator, activation for ascension, purification, light body, transformation, reunion, thunder being, lightning path, initiation by fire, ecstasy of freedom, self-generation. Blue storm is the initiation by fire, the lightning path, the arrival of the thunder beings who bring the final transformation. To the Maya, blue storm represents the storm, the thunder cloud full of purifying rain, and the lightning that shatters any false structuring of reality. Blue storm is the purification of the body temple and the ignition of the light body. Okay, that's something really cool to set for an intention of this Galactic Activation Portal Day, is to purify the body temple and ignite your light body. In these last years of a 26,000 year Mayan grand cycle, Blue Storm comes to help you in the disintegration process that moves you from separation to ascension. This initiation by fire breaks any false containers of self that cannot withstand the flame of transmutation. Only your true identity will live through these fires, for you will be reborn in the here of all that is. Blue Storm provides the water that purifies and quenches your spiritual thirst. In this state of consciousness, you stand willing to surrender everything. You give up what you seem to be in order to become fully what you are. You step into the fires of the unknown and you are changed forever. Blue Storm catalyzes and prepares your nervous system and circuitry for complete transformation. It is the electromagnetic storm of transmutation, the clearing and quickening of your physical, mental, emotional, and etheric bodies. As you become aligned with the descending energies and evolve in consciousness, your body's vibration is raised, becoming less dense. Your new alignment ignites the quickening process that transmutes the shadows of the past, including experiences, judgments, thought forms, and old patterns that have held you back. As you move into this new vibration, you may feel off balance. In this transformational shift, you will feel unusual quickenings on every level of your being. You will sense emotional and physical imbalances and restructuring. Your issues will be catalyzed and brought out for you to address. By being present with your old patterns, you have a unique opportunity to access the energy of Blue Storm, which is experienced as an inner transformational storm, a natural part of the process of vibrational shift and quickening. Your innate resonance with these energies may bring on some intense experiences. For example, you may experience unusual brain sensations as the light-sensitive pituitary and pineal glands are activated, which is really funny. I've been feeling really dizzy and lightheaded today. It's been kind of bizarre. Anyway, you may also experience ringing in the ears, muscle and joint aches, and nervous system disorders, as well as tingling, heat waves, and heart palpitations. Although please also be very aware of the fact that those are also they can be signals for medical issues as well. So know your body, really, and trust your intuition. If you feel like something is because of ascension codes coming in, that's cool. But if you feel like it's something more, trust yourself and go get it checked out. Though the intensity may at times feel overwhelming, your heart knowing will tell you the difference between these experiences and real health concerns. I guess I should have just kept reading. These changes stem from the heightened frequency of light in your system and are a natural part of the process of ascension. One powerful technique that will help you in your transformation and purification process is to meditate, opening yourself to spirit and infusing your entire being with light and love. This may sound simple, but it can have profound results. You are creating the sacred ground where your physical form meets your light body. Much like gestation and birth, it is a process that once begun has its innate unfoldment. Sweet. Honestly, I'm kind of feeling called to do a galactic activation portal meditation in the harmonic.us. So if that sounds like something that you want to participate in, come on over to the harmonic.us. I'm going to do a meditation in that space. I have to go pick up my kids right now, so I'm going to wrap this up, but I'll probably do that, I suppose, probably within the next hour or two, where we'll just do a quick meditation, call in those energies, call in that blue storm transformation. I love the idea of a thunder being. I don't know why that resonates with me, but that seems pretty cool. So again, if that sounds like something you want to participate in, the link is in the description box, theharmonic.us. Come on over. Again, that will be available for you after, anytime you see this, after that, it will be available and you can tap into that meditation if it's something that resonates with you. If not, no worries. I am so on board with each one of us needs to do what we feel called to do. So if you are feeling like these things resonate with you, take action within that. And if not, it's completely okay. But if you like this video, hit the thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. If you want to get notifications when I go live, hit the bell so that you get those notifications. And yeah, there's all the links that you need to all my stuff is in the description box, and you can read a little bit more about the galactic calendar. Anyway, I truly, I say this every time, but I say it because it's so important and I mean it. Time is the most precious gift that we can gift to one another. So thank you so much for gifting me your time and attention and participating in these. And, drop some comments. Let me know that you're here. I would love to, initiate a relationship with each one of you and start to build this community to the best of our ability. And yeah, beautiful love light. Until we meet again, go shine. I love you. Bye.